Are you now?
Yes.
Are we getting feedback at all? You're not getting any feedback, are you?
Just when you move the mic, something like feedback sounds.
Okay, but that was it.
As long as you don't move the mic, we're fine.
Okay. Well, we don't ping the mic. So yeah, I think it's just going because like Rico is like an hour ahead of us now, right?
Yeah.
I think we really need to try to aim for our target of 7:30 our time because that's 8:30 his time. I mean, and if he's sick,
Yeah.
yeah, he's. I mean, I was trying to message him saying, "Hey man, you gonna be able to make it?" But I think he's passed out. So.
Which is fine.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's almost 10 his time.
Yeah. Indeed.
Long day?
Yes. Yes, it has. Has indeed been a long day.
Well, let's end it off with a good podcast. Good content.
That's been good television. That's what you hear. That's what it comes down to is great entertainment value, and people are wore out and just played up from life, distracted and thinking of other stuff. I met with Steve today, and we spent probably an hour going through the Forces website.
Nice.
And getting stuff, learning up some of the new tools and talking about updating the pages and everything. So yeah.
Cool.
Story. And I need to dig through the SQL file from the Google Doc and look for some stuff. But anyway.
Right.
It's not going to be a huge factor yet. There you have it.
So are we live?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we are indeed. I'm just not being too formal because I don't have the energy, man.
Right. No, I know. I've been eating like shit for the last. I don't know. I'd say I don't think it's been 3 weeks. But I'm just gonna say 3 weeks because I can't remember when I started just eating like shit. And I mean, it hasn't been that bad, but it's been bad enough that I can feel like I took a nap today, right? Because I work overnights now, and Tuesday's one of my nights off. But I took a nap. I had to, so I took a nap around noon, or 1, and I woke up around 5-ish when we were all talking, right? So I was messaging everybody. I was barely awake. That's why I didn't catch the whole remotely thing. And so, but like man, I feel it. I was just trying to get. I wasn't sure when you were gonna get on, so I was gonna try to get like a little exercise, working out in, or go for a walk real quick. And I'm like, ugh. So I definitely this is another motivation to not slack off and eat good consistently. Because I was trying to cheat. I was trying, have more of the other foods than I should, and God, it affects me. It affects me horribly. The carbs and all that stuff just makes you.
Well, it's summer, so you want to have hot dogs and apples.
Well, yeah, you want to catch the, even some of this. I stopped by a coffee shop today. I want to get a sweeter drink, which isn't horribly unhealthy. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, but has a lot of other things in it too. And so that just even little things like that, So not just sugars and carbs, but most of those. But yeah, hot dogs sound amazing. Thank you, Reese. I'm gonna go get a corn dog. You down?
I had some.
You did.
I just had meetings today, and get a lot of paperwork done, and it's starting to weigh on me. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do.
Yeah.
So I started getting some done last week, and then I haven't been able to get back to it. And I really asked before the end of the month. But.
I'm not sure if you shared the whole thing on Facebook yet. I was gonna talk to you. I was gonna talk to Rico too, but Rico's not here because Rico's not here.
Rico's not here.
But I was gonna say that when we're promoting the indie with the Expeditioner, I think it'd always be good to mix up, like, you always say, he's a paranormal, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I think it'd always be good, like, also to mix it up, also to sound like, we're not rehashing stuff, but say, this guy, is an army vet, but now what does he do? Now he fights evil.
Yeah, I've got about 5 little, like, pre-written up pitches, and I try to cycle through them, but I might not always do that.
Yeah,
I don't have like
I
a
think,
checklist for. Okay, it's Wednesday. Today we're talking about military service. Okay, it's Tuesday. No, I don't have anything like that.
Right. No, I got you. I mean, you might have them. I haven't seen. I haven't noticed. The only thing I noticed, it was the same thing. I mean, it seemed like it was the same thing every time. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm not on Twitter as much as everybody else, though. So there's that.
In fact, I'm going to share one right now.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Make it snappy. Make it original. Scare them. He bites vampires with his teeth. He scratches werewolves with his eyeballs.
So I'm going to be on a stream tomorrow evening. A guy, Critical Blast, is having me on to talk about it.
How many days do we have left? 2 weeks?
Week and a half.
Week and a half.
The 30th or whatever, 31st, our last day.
And we're not. We're still about half off.
300. Right? We're at 307.
Okay, so we need 200.
So
we need 200, right?
What?
How much do we need?
We need 200 to be able to keep the money. And of course, most of that's going to get eaten up with printing, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's all pretty much printing.
Printing and shipping, but that's okay.
Yeah, you can't help that.
And one of the things too about it, I mean, as we take a look at it, if we're able to, we can still take orders. We can put up a page on the website, and people could pay through PayPal. We could extend the campaign that way too, because if we know we've got that 500, we could say we're confirmed printing. We'll be printing in December. Go ahead and pre-order your copy here, and then we can go ahead and give people orders that way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So Scott Bruckner also is in the chat. Scott, I said, hey,
Scott.
Hey, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in.
How you doing, Scott?
On today. Did you go away, Barry?
What's that, bud?
I said, what are you working on?
Oh, sorry. Maybe I cut out or you cut out. This is, check it out. I'm gonna shrink it, move around, and I'm gonna add a few more things. But this is the beginning for the new banner, aka flyer for the con.
Oh.
Still there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I lose. Okay.
I was getting ready to. I'm sending out some invites across Twitter for folks to come and check out the stream.
Very nice.
It's super exciting, so I thought we'd bring more people here since it's so exciting. They should be appreciated.
Yeah, lots of energy today. Actually, I need to put some coffee on. Have you had
I've
any
got
coffee?
some.
You do have coffee?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I stopped. I was did a little work earlier today at the old whatever you call it,
Coffee?
coffee shop. Yeah.
What time
So
does Jack's there close? That's real close to you too, I know.
Jackson.
Jack's, the coffee shop, or not
Oh,
Jack?
yeah.
I'm sorry. What about AJ's?
Oh, AJ's. Oh, I don't know. I never
Yeah,
really.
me neither. I know they have God damn, this flipping program. This new laptop, man. I don't know if it's the laptop or the programs, but ever since I've installed them on this program or this laptop, they just
What
been
program
buggy.
is it?
Well, I'm using clip art right now. Did you ever get that picked up?
Yeah, I've got it. I just haven't installed it yet.
So in 6 months, like the other one, you'll install it.
I hope not. I'm planning on it
Yeah.
getting down there sooner, but
What's
we'll
up,
see
Sharon?
how that works out.
Right. Oh yeah, you take it and you put the software on there, or you look up the number they give you and go with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty excited for it though. Of course, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the forces page, but man, I am loving it right now. So I invited the medal, and he just got back to me on Twitter. He said, I was actually about to start watching after I finished this other video I'm almost done with.
Right on, right on. Good.
That's awesome. So crazy. Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know if you remember this. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. On Twitter here. I'll share it if I can find it. Um, right here. That's the one. Let
Are we sharing?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my screen here quick.
Okay.
Share application window. Boom. So I don't know if you saw this, right? This was one of the medals sketches from the art stream we did with Marmaduke.
I did not see that, but I like that.
Yeah, yeah. And this was like the 10-second sketch or whatever it was.
Right.
And one of the things that he said was that he's like, I really like it, and it looks kind of like a graffiti.
It
And
does.
there's got to be some way to work this into the thing, into continuity. And I said, I think I can. I think I can. And so we were talking on over Twitter, and I said, the funny thing there, Metal, is that our sidekick in this story is the skater kid. And so this is before he becomes a superhero, but in that time period. So it actually would make a lot of sense for him to use the outlaw expositioner as kind of a graffiti tag to stick around the city. And I thought that would be pretty fun. So so there you go. I definitely want to see at the end of issue 2. I'd like to see Mark painting this on something.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely would work for sure.
I might add
Incorporate that
add a
way into the
little-
continuity of like kids tagging the buildings or something like that, and just have them put it on. That'd be sweet.
I would like to add the bill in the front of the hat to make it look less like a beret, but I think
Well, I mean, I think it works perfectly, and it's. I mean, if it's just a simplistic image,
yeah, that's true.
and
think
the ambiguity is fine also, because for those who don't know, and for those who do, they learn like, oh shit,
That's a thing too.
Yeah, I like the way it works. Because
anyway, that's the what I was thinking. Kind of cool.
What's that?
I said I was thinking that could be kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That works completely.
So Scott, if you're still out there, what do you got going on this evening besides listening to us ramble? So.
If he says listening to us ramble, God bless you, Scott. Well, anyone have any topics or anything like that we should be discussing?
Well, we could do a little this week on the matriarchy. We're having Darby come on.
Right on, right on.
He's going to be talking in the first hour. He and Matt and I, especially he and Matt, are going to be talking about their hopes and dreams and aspirations for the Marvel Phase 4 MCU.
Why aren't you talking about that, Reese?
Because I have no hope, and my soul has been killed. And so I was when Matt said we need more topical conversations, and I said, okay, what's your topic? And he said the thing, and I said, I'm not sure that's a good topic, Matt. And he said, why? He said, because I'm full of hatred.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that we just want to have a whole long hate orgy about what I think about that. And
yeah, that's very astute of you to know that about yourself.
Well, and then at the time I was already talking to Darby about coming on because he's mentioned he wanted to guest before. And so I said, Darby, are you interested in talking about this? And Darby says, yes, I am.
Right. I don't know. Like, I know that here's the thing. It's such a funny, complex dynamic at this point, which is hilarious because it's flipping comic books. It should not ever be. I know it's about, comics books are a very simple form of storytelling and a very simple form of art. Now, through complexities and years and what they are now, they're very complex, right? But but it's still at their heart, they should be this very whimsical, elements of storytelling and enjoyment, and the heavy fog that weighs on them from a lot of creators now in the industry and other people, indies like us. I don't know how much I want that to affect kids, but also there's the other side of it. I don't want people to be ignorant to what's going on. But I also don't want to take their joy also. So that's where I'm at. I am very much like, God, this, the last 12 years were great or whatever we had, 10, 11 years of if you want to start from Batman Begins, 14 years or whatever, consistent badass superhero movies. But even the normies, like they're like, in a different degree, they're like, oh, like one dude drops this, he's a gamer, right? I follow a bunch of gamers. And he drops this thing about, DC's crushed or something like that. I'm like, that's a whole different context, but they're making it at the Marvel DC thing. I'm like, man, this is almost a Marvel versus Marvel thing at this point, bro. But once again, I didn't want to get into that. I didn't want to do that with them because everyone that is then commenting on his are gamers and people that are you call them normies because they're not even like half core. I want to say hardcore. They're not even half core. Comic book fans. They're fans of the MCU. They're fans of the movies. So
right. Well, I think that's a very valid thing. My thing is, it's just like there just seems to be this huge turn, this shift that's happened in the Marvel comics. Not the comics, in the movies, right? It had been all about telling good stories and adapting the themes of their universe as best as they could into this new format, right? Mm-hmm. But then it just took a sharp turn, and nothing is the same. And it's really like, I don't know, it's gotten all weird, right? I mean, like,
you know
it's
what, I know you're.
like big thing, right? They have your people your actors that are done with their roles, right? And
Right.
so you've got Chris Hemsworth. He's like, I don't think I'm going to be Thor anymore.
Well, yeah,
So
they know, you know.
they just pitch it, and then like Natalie Portman, who wouldn't do another Thor movie, suddenly she's going to be Thor.
Well, that's. I mean, all right. So are you talking about this? Are you talking about this from a Hollywood perspective, or are you talking about
I'm
this
talking
from?
about from a storytelling perspective, because like that's like Thor's story was just gutted, man. I mean, it was just kicked in the nads, and
Well, here's what you have, Reese. So the whole Natalie Portman thing, right? She didn't want to do another one because she wasn't. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't at all. Like she was very much a you know, she was a side character. And Natalie Portman, from her agents and her agency and the studio's standpoint, she's very much a star, and you know she is. So that was bad. That was bad business just for her property. Like the studios didn't want that happening to her, no matter how big the MCU is. They didn't need her at that point, essentially. So now that this is going to be her vehicle and a whole, because she's been wanting a, you know, she's been wanting her own action woman vehicle, right? The whole Jane got a gun thing before that went to a debacle and some mess was supposed to be her thing, and that was 8 years ago, I think, where that started going on. But that fell apart, and so now you know Helmsworth and the actors who gave us some good movies, you know they've given us some good roles. You know they want to move on for a bit or what like that. You know, so we have Natalie Portman as Lady Thor, and that's a perfect backup for if you're a studio, that's a perfect turn, right? And if you're a normie, or even the people who accepted Thor as a title, because everyone's like, well, you know, Beta Ray Bill and all these other guys have been Thor. Well, no, they haven't. They've been the guy wielding the hammer, taking Thor's place in comics. But they were never called Thor. They might have been called Thor mistakenly by their characters in context, but they weren't called Thor by anyone who actually was in relation to the actual character. And so, you know, you get people like saying, you know, that's the big argument. Well, it's whatever, man. It's a horrible argument, but whatever. You know, you know, if they pull it off, great. And it's not gratuitous with the way politics are right now, but we all know it's going to be, and that just shines through right now. But you know, Hollywood, Marvel, MCU, they want the movies to keep going, man, and fans want, you know, the fans on the average, because they have they are throwing money at products to take their time away from them, you know. So they,
yeah,
you know, they want more MCU, and there are still young fans. There are still young fans that I think will benefit from this. You know, there are kids, you know, that will go back and watch. So you know, there is a storyline that's being built, and I hope it's not the bad. I hope it's not the ugly that, you know, that comes through. I hope it's the good and the wondrous for the kids, and make them dream and create. Because if we just focus on the bad and the shit that comes from this stuff, which worries me a lot about, you know, when people focus on the bad and the shit of comics right now, right? That's what people are going to associate with, you know. If you just keep on going at something and trying to produce good, you know, and the creators, and the actual creators, not the ones with agendas, but the actual creators, they just go on and they're putting their, not really heart and soul, it's a little dramatic, but you know, they're putting their creativity into something. I hope that comes out, and I hope that moves forward and makes the product worthwhile, and gives it, you know, gives it life and breathes into it. You know, is that a little bit preachy or naive? Most definitely, but you know,
well, it's hopeful. Anyway.
yeah, you know, these are comics, and I love the medium. I've always loved superheroes, and I do love and enjoy what we've got.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully that's something that'll be there. I mean, I guess I don't know.
On the brighter side, we still have Aquaman, and you know his series is just starting off, bud.
Yeah,
You know,
true. That's true.
you know, we will get
Well,
hopefully
like,
a Green
did you get
Lantern.
to see Shazam?
What's that, bro? I still haven't seen Shazam. I never got to see it in the movie theater.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like, it's very much, it's almost frame for frame from the Jeff Johns Shazam story that was in the New 52 Justice League comics.
Okay, yeah. See, and I caught some of that. Yeah. So.
But it's much better.
Oh.
They collected that into a trade, and in it, Billy Batson's a terrible person, and it's just a real sacrilege to the Shazam mythos.
I would say, yeah, you can't be. I mean, like, I get you being a little bit on the, like you need to learn, right? You're a kid, you need to learn. But if you're like a shit person, there's a difference between shit person and a kid that doesn't, and someone who doesn't know. Not to say.
Well, and here's the thing they did different in the movie than they did in the comic, right? Movie, he's kind of a little shit.
Right.
He's a little shit. He's gone through life tough.
Well, there's rebellious shit, and there's.
But he's part of the thing is he's not selfish about it, right?
Right, exactly.
He's trying to find his family, right? So he's got a real good motive for doing some stupid stuff, but he's full of hope, and he's just trying to find his way through it, and he's never had anyone to show him, right? So as they move along with it, he's a good kid who's done bad stuff. So he keeps learning how to be better as it goes along.
What's up, Metal?
And so there's this moral progression that takes place, and that's one of the things that's really fun in the movie that they get in the movie that they did not get in the comic, that Johns did not put in the comic. It took the entire movie to find the wisdom of Solomon, but he does pick it up at the very, very end.
See, that's like something that was the one turn off to me, because like the movie to me already looked cheesy. It just looked very cheesy, and like I get that contrast, right? They're trying to veer away from very much what's the director's name for Superman?
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder, thank you. Now, he's a great cinematographer. He lays out scene, and I mean, I don't know if anyone does action better than him for my money. But as far as like his politics also influenced Superman, his personal beliefs, right? He believes in that chaos, something different I'm not real familiar with. But it's a very, it's the opposite, to summarize. It's very much the opposite of what the Midwestern and what Superman is about. It's very selfish, more or less leaning dogma, and it comes through in the film. I mean, you got flipping emo man. You didn't get Superman. Yeah. That's not Superman at all. And even his dad, even old Pa Kent, is a weak-minded pussy.
I would agree. Now, we used to have we did not used to come on the same side of this conversation.
Talking Tiger. What? Sorry, Metal. You said where? Goddamn, Talking Tiger. What's he?
He's talking about in Shazam. Talkie Tawny was a talking tiger who was a supporting cast character.
That sounds awesome.
Golden Age Shazam stories.
See, I'm all for that stuff. I'm all for animals and creatures in comics, and I try to. Guys, don't let Reese stop me, because I'm trying to put more and more of that stuff into our comics. And Reese is like, "No, Barry, I'm joking. He's not. But if he does,
no, I largely am.
You are. You're against that?
It depends on the story.
Awesome. So you guys help me out.
I think you've got to have a real goddamn good reason. I mean, like
the reason is it's a comic book.
We have a character that story of the comic book, but we have a character within our continuity that hasn't been seen on page yet, called Uber. And Ubermutt is he's a talking elk hound who's a superpowered dog, and that's the whole thing. But he's his secret origin is that he's the result of a particular kind of experiment. So dogs do not by nature talk, but Ubermutt is kind of a one of a kind.
Wait. So it's a dog in content that talks pretty much the same way that most comic book characters would talk, by unusual origins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel safe. I feel safe with putting talking animals or beasts or creatures in the comics. Then,
Yeah, I mean, I think that, as long as we explain it, it's not just like
well,
the
I mean,
walruses.
I always wanted to have Betsy the singing cow just sitting out there in the field whenever people
No, you
drive
haven't.
by in our universe. But fine, we don't have to do that either.
No, you haven't. You're just
I'm
saying.
joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no, if you've got the
I need to
walruses
feel
and
that.
they're anthropomorphic walruses, there's a reason for that. They're
Yes, I know.
just evolved or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's an issue. So, but yeah. Wait, yes, Ubermutt.
Not Wonder Mutt, Uber Mutt.
Ubermutt the Wonder Pup.
He drives and picks you up and takes you places when you need him the most.
So earlier, Scott had said, honestly, if I had the talent, I would probably want to make a comic run in the same format as the classic '60s Batman show, not the 40s show. A hero problem, cliffhanger, resolution, repeat. And that's actually one thing we've talked about. I think we've talked about off streams. Is that one of the issues that is I think a real problem with Batman and the writing of Batman in the last probably decade, maybe even 20 years, is that we keep trying to treat Batman like an ongoing
Nazi science.
He is
I
not
agree,
a
Scott.
golden retriever with blue eyes. He is a Norwegian elk hound with blue eyes. But anyway, the
I like Retriever too.
actually, let me see if I can find a picture, because I do have a picture of the Ubermutt character while we're yakking. But one of the I got someplace. Oh, is that instead of Batman being a catalyst to tell a mystery story, he's become a character to tell a drama around. And I don't think that Batman doesn't have room for the drama aspect. I think that can be a part of it. But when you abandon the mystery aspect, you really kind of gut the core of the character. And so instead of encouraging the readers to come along on a journey of thinking and reasoning and adventure, you suddenly invite the readers to come along through a depressing slog through a grown man's fixation with costumes.
Mother. Well, the whole thing about the way that, and this is comics in general. Sorry, guys, I step away to make some coffee. And a lot of this happens to TV shows also. This is why after the first storyline or first where the showrunners take the show first season of a TV show happens is they start focusing on cheap, fast payoff, human drama, right?
Right.
It's fast and easy to write. That's human relations, and everyone can relate to that. Your audience can relate to that easily, so you can suck people into that. And if you already base it relatively decently in your universe, people are just gonna eat that up left and right. So yeah, it's a little. I mean, it's a little sleight of hand. It's it's weaker writing. If you've got something that's good, and you can keep on focusing on that, and then keeping in use all the drama is not always bad. Drama, maybe use drama as an underlying. That's always awesome too.
Yeah, and it has its place.
That doesn't happen very often.
And it can have its place in storytelling too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Keeping it there is very. But when you make it the focus, that's when I think the characters and the universe as a whole suffers. Because then you just have another daytime soap opera.
Which is why daytime soaps run for 30 years.
Exactly. You know what? Golden Retrievers are the best dogs. They're Golden Labs. I agree, Metal. We're gonna have the dog pack. So I'm gonna make a Golden Retriever or Lab that's gonna be part of Ubermutt's pack. And he's gonna fly a stealth bomber, but it's gonna be all golden, so not real stealthy.
So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And there we go, myself's white box. So there you have, that's a picture there of Ubermutt.
Let me see.
It's drawn by my lovely wife. And so.
Very nice. If she can draw the whole comic and we get the whole thing like that in the watercolor and ink style, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the take up of the thing is, and the Ubermutt.
Wait, so Ubermutt dies?
No.
Oh.
The character was inspired by a dog that we had. My dog Smokey, who passed away. We got him. Okay, so here's a little story about that. This is a sappy but true story. The metal. No, I got myself thinking of a parody called Aryan Bud. Oh, that's the worst. Metal. Well, you're gonna get my channel nurkished. Anyway. So, but yeah, I was, we had dogs and everything growing up, cats, pets, the whole 9 yards. And I was, when I got to the point of being grown, I've just sort of decided I didn't have time in my life for, right? It just was one of those things that it didn't add so much to my life that I wanted to be inconvenienced that much. And so I didn't really think about having a dog at all. And then I met this girl, and she's an animal person, and she had a pet ferret and got married. And she's like, "We should get a dog." And I said, "No." And she's like, "Why?" Because I explained all of my reasons. And we already have a ferret, so why would we need a dog? Well, our ferret got sick. I said, and she was so broken up about it, so sad about it. I said, "I'm sorry. Look, if something happens to our ferret and we have to put her down, we'll get a dog." And, I didn't think any of it. I was just trying to give her some solace, right? Well, our ferret had adrenal cancer and eventually did die. And after the ferret had been dead for a while, and my wife comes to me and she says, "Look, I think we should get a dog. And you said something should happen to Ziggy, we'd get a dog." And I said, "Yeah, I did say that." And so we start looking for a dog. And, we look around all different places, and I'm pretty not, I'm not really invested in the search for a dog because, a dog is a dog, and I don't know that I'm really going to care, and I'm not that guy. And we find this elk hound. Was in the paper, and these people who owned him were moving. And so we went and we bought this dog, and they said he's 5 years old. And so I said, okay, 5 is a good age for a dog. And this dog, and he's super well behaved, and he obeys commands really well, and he's a good walker, and he's just an all around good dog. And he and me get to be kind of buddies, do all the stuff that people do with their dogs. And then I take him on a walk, and if I've got to go in and see somebody, he sits outside. He, on a lead, of course, but he doesn't cause any trouble. He's just a really good dog. And all of a sudden he starts, and we have him for 2 or 3 months, and there's no problem or nothing going on with him. Everything seems pretty normal. And then all of a sudden he's, not drinking water like he had been, and he's not moving as quick as he had been. He starts getting real thin, and we don't know what's going on about it. And we take him to the vet, and the vet says, "Well, it looks like your dog's having kidney failure." And we say, "Oh my God, what's going on with this?" And The doctor does some checking on it and does some blood work, and his white cell counts off the chart. And I'm looking at all the stuff, and he says, like, that happens rarely, but it does happen. And what will happen is that this tumor will grow inside of a critter, and it'll be fed by a little tube. And when the tumor, off of the blood from a little tube, and when the tumor gets big enough, it falls over and kinks the blood supply. Supply actually seals itself off and continues the dog. And then there's this mass of tissue inside the dog that begins to rot. And that causes liver failure, kidney failure, and just down the list, it's cascading death. And there's no fix for it. If you catch it soon enough and you know exactly what it is and you have the money, you can have them excised. But by the time we knew what was going on, the doc said that his chance of survival is it's next to zero. So we just had to keep him comfortable until the point where he could be comfortable, and we had to let him go. And so that's the story of our dog. And I was a person who'd sworn off dogs, right? And Smokey hit me right in the heart. And he was so special to us that I wanted to memorialize him within our universe. And so we created this character, my wife and my kids and I, as a reminder of our dog, of our first dog as a family. So there you go. That's the story. Oh, we also found out the dog was not 5 years old, but 12 years old. People that sold him to us most certainly would have known that. So thank you, people that sold us a sick dog.
F dogs.
So anyway, we have our talking dog. That's our universe there.
Well, good. Looking forward to having a talking dog in the universe. I think we need more, like I say. Perhaps his arch rival will be a talking dragon.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe his villain is Aryan Bud. I think that's a pretty good sounding guy the metal came up with there.
Absolutely. I'm okay with Aryan Bud also.
We may have to steal that from you. No, we'll have to do a crossover. So.
At least when we steal things from you, metal, we just say it out front.
Oh, he says we can have it.
That's funny.
Oh man, I got it. I've actually got a story in the can that I want to do. It's a little 8-page Uber story. Just waiting to have an artist I can get working on it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, good. I mean, what the fuck, program? Cool. That's always appreciated. Yeah. So
How's the logo coming? You're working on the poster for the Minicon, right?
yeah, it's it's gonna be like the poster. I'm gonna put it up with the banner on the website also.
Sweet.
Right.
Yep.
So- What's that?
I said yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the concept that I have. If it turns out looking okay, is a whole nother story. But give the old American try, and yeah, this is just like so in the forefront. We're gonna have the classic. We're gonna have the craft or thrift sellers, the comic book nerd, the cosplayer, the gamer, the video gamer, and the D&D or board gamer, right?
Oh yeah, that's fun looking, man.
Yeah, and then
Although that one guy looks like Matt.
what's that?
The guy rolling the D20 looks an awful lot like Matt.
You know what? I was just kind of loosely basing everything's loosely based off of the guy, people that I know, I associate with, right? So
All right.
loosely, it's so yeah. I was actually thinking about more Brian when I did it, but yeah, it does look like Matt done it.
Yep.
That's funny. I like that.
It's the nose.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm
the
gonna say it's the
difference.
nose, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And so also I'm gonna have shrink it down a little bit and put more characters coming down. Then I'm gonna put like a circle around them with the con and stuff, and then some fans on the side walking along by the maybe just like Star Wars nerds fighting it out with the sabers or whatever. Maybe a fishing pole that glows like a fishing saber. Who knows? Light pole,
That'd
whatever. You know,
be fun.
get that Midwestern gem in there. I mean, it's not just a Midwestern thing, obviously. So
Yeah, yeah.
who's a 40K old hammer? Warhammer. I had a bunch of buds that did that in college, Scott, and that was that's like the one thing that and like clicks. It's kind of the same thing to me. Or I mean, hero clicks. Are we talking about like the hero clicks, like the little tiny figurines? Or are
Mhm.
we talking about like the old? We're talking about like the game that it became. Didn't it become a video game? I believe.
Yeah, Warhammer has like a huge, like dedicated following.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
it's
was roughly aware of it before
yeah,
getting on Twitter. But like the number of people that like really invest into Warhammer stuff is kind of impressive.
yeah. It's not small. That's for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, I've never played, but man, the people that are into it are into it.
Yep. Well, it's like it's like it's the old formula. You have a product and it's fun to play, and you keep on selling more product for people to keep on buying. So
That's true.
good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I've never had a chance to play, so
Yeah. Well,
I might come up. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Not me, that's for sure. So our next Forces story is all loaded up, and they'll be publishing on Friday morning.
nice.
Check out chapter 2. We missed last week because there was a problem in communication between what's his name and myself,
Who was it? Rolf?
Steve.
Steve.
Because I last week I should have made the time to get with Steve and talk about the upload process and
Right.
everything, but I didn't, and so
Gotcha. Well, you're gonna have to run all that stuff by me too, so I can, if like you're sick or like that, and I can help out because
cool. Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
because when Chris, because less with those last four, remember, I'm just
Well,
not
and I
pushing it on
could,
Chris, but if we need to, it's always good, even if Rico knows how to do some stuff.
hmm. Well, and I mean, if Rico wants to learn, that'd actually be really good because when we get the warehouse sub-site built, it'll use a similar formatting on the back end.
Good. Okay.
It'll look different on the front end, but it'll look other than looking like a webcomic,
Right.
it'll have a different back end.
Well, always having a different booty than you have a front is always good.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Sure.
What, making a joke that you can't relate to?
Yeah, that's the one.
Sorry, bud. I'll try not to.
That's cool.
So I think you play 40K, Scott.
I was really hoping to talk to Rico to see if he's started on that page 9 again yet.
What's on the newer page for the? Yeah.
Actually, no, not 9/11. The investigation page.
For the X, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Just maybe give him a
We'll
text
talk
tomorrow.
later.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe when you guys get together on Saturday, maybe you guys can give me a call up or something.
Yeah, if you have time, I can video
So,
chat.
I mean, we're going up to Cheyenne.
Right on. The fam heading to Cheyenne, huh?
Scott says I'm into a couple of series based on the universe, one parody and one serious series, like on YouTube. So I've been talking and thinking about that. I don't know if you ever read the script, The Reason to Believe story. First script that I ever wrote specifically for our universe. And Megan was going to draw way back in the day, and then noped out on. But I'm actually thinking I'm going to take it virtually to a page 1 rewrite and shuffle
Good.
keeping all the plot points in place. So I'm maybe keeping a lot of the dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
There are scenes, I'm just going to change the order up a lot. I'm thinking about it, and I really want to move it in the first 5 to 10 pages, put some action in the middle of it. So it's got the action front loaded with that. So my hope is that if we make any money off of X here, that I can use a little bit of my share to pay to have the pages done, and actually hire up an artist to work on some promo pages and try to get some attention to that.
I keep on. This is not completely off, but this is actually the same thing. So there's tons of young artists all over the place in this town.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's almost every town. Honestly, this is what I'm starting to believe, because the ones that really want to put their mind to it, because like anything else, there are certain people that are born with more aptitude to draw or be an artist in certain for pen and paper, right? And then it becomes a little bit hard, and when that happens, not everyone wants to do that. So, so like all these kids I hit up, I'm like, hey man, like, oh yeah, I want to come down, I want to draw, and I want to be with you guys and hang out and do that stuff. I'm like, cool, all right, come on down, we're down. I'm not talking about coffee, I'm talking about draw together.
Right.
Because I'm always looking for more, because that'd be a great opportunity for this project you're talking about right here. But it's just more or less people will probably nope out more or less.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying there.
One of the things too is I think that, like, looking at redoing the script, like right now it's 57 pages, right?
That's a little heavy. Are you breaking it up a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about breaking it up as a mini series.
Mm-hmm.
And changing the page count to be like 28 and 28 seeing if I can take some of the stuff out in the middle of it. But going back over it, and if I change up the order a lot, and I'm actually, there's a couple of characters I want to combine because it's not as efficient as it should be. And because I wrote it 13 years ago.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, that's always good though. I'm happy that you haven't dropped it, because that's kind of shit. When someone just kind of flunks it.
Well, and I mean, and part of the thing is looking at it is that, like, we had 23 pages of art done for it, and then our artist noped out on us.
Yeah, but that was over 10 years ago. So,
yeah,
Yep.
So,
not to sound harsh to my own self, but there are artists out there you can find they're pretty talented. So
yeah, and so if I take it, I think I can change the page count a lot, and keep the heart of the story there, and by changing things up a little bit. So that's I hope to have the script redone by first quarter of 2020, and we'll see how that works out.
When I'm warming up for whatever I'm drawing, right, for whatever project you guys have me on, I always like to do a little sketch or a little paint, right? That's where that night scene came with the river, right?
Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And so yeah, that was the 30-minute warm up. It was fun. I like that. I'm really into that color palette right now, the purples and dark blues. And so I was trying to use that palette. Anyway, I was also sketching up last night because what the heck's that series called? I've been watching Three Below, but also it's a universe that gosh dang it. Is it Benicio del Toro has created, I think, on Netflix, called Three Below, and then like Tales of Arcadia or whatever. And anyway, it inspired me. Some of the character designs, because they have, I mean, it's pretty quality. Like, it's pretty quality writing, and it's not horrible writing. They don't write down to the audience per se at all, which I love. And it's definitely youth geared, but you can watch it as an adult. And great character designs. But some of the character designs had me thinking. So I was just character designing some characters. A dude who works his day job, which is he almost is like Joe from Joe versus Volcano. When you find Joe, right? He hates his job kind of, and it's just an office job, but it's for an evil corporation, and the corporation is called Evil Inc. Or not Evil Inc. Happy Inc. But it's just villains essentially doing villainy things, but it could fit pretty easily into our universe. But I was mostly just doodling around. It's not very fleshed out, but more or less just as you meet this guy, and more or less the comedy skits I was thinking of, because he's a ho-hum guy that kind of ran down. I like his character design. He's kind of like pear-shaped a little bit. It's a point in his life, and a lot of the other guys are happier with their job, because they get it. They like fighting the good fight, which is more or less being evil. And yeah, there you go, Metal. There you go, Metal. And yeah, so just kind of like hilarity of a normal guy with happy-go-lucky, not really happy-go-lucky, but guys who like being evil. Monsters and other things like that. And the character designs were really going to carry it kind of for me right there. But I was just messing with it. I can show some here if you want a little bit.
Sure, man. So before you get on, or while you're looking that up or whatever,
yeah,
you did see the invite that Slick Jimmy gave you to jump on the Cheesecake Challenge.
Yeah, okay. I saw some challenge and I said, sure, I'd be down, but I was working last night and I don't know why I agreed to.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm down.
First of all, do you work tomorrow?
I work. I have Tuesday nights off, Friday nights off, and Saturday nights off until further notice.
Okay, then you might not be able to make it.
Yeah,
because I think it's Tuesday. I think it's a Wednesday evening.
Wednesday night. Yeah, I mean, I can try to. remote in, but it'd be off my hotspot, which is my phone. So I wouldn't have very good feed, but I could try to be there depending on how busy it is tomorrow night.
Well, I'll let you coordinate about it. But what the Cheesecake Challenge is he does like a weekly drawing theme, and it's an excuse to draw sexy chicks.
Oh hell yeah!
That's real. That's all it is. It's just an excuse to draw sexy chicks.
That's funny. That's good comedy right there. I actually like that.
Yeah, yeah. It actually is. Jimmy's a pretty funny guy. But his character he crowdfunded for, and I think they are supposed to print in October. Is Sugar Lightspeed, and it's sort of like if the Fifth Element wasn't science fiction but was fantasy, and you mix that into and you mix that into
I'm already turned on.
yeah Sin City.
Nice.
And had it set in the Utah side of the Rocky Mountains. That's kind of the world that Sugar is in.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's probably not a great description.
No, I mean it sounds. You know what? That sounds awesome. Like, if that's not the world that we're talking about, I want to make that world.
Yeah. The Sugar is able to.
The Reddit story that got retold by text to speech channels. It's a phone game gone good. I love phone games. Cell phone game. Oh, the Guardsman Party are more up my alley because it's get rid of Joe soldiers with interesting habits to send the worst. Yeah, that's Scott. That's kind of like what I was thinking, but I have real. A lot of times I don't write down the core storyline of my concepts because I'm at work and I'm like just shit's exploding in my brain. I'm already working on something else. So Smart Barry doesn't write shit down like he should. He draws it out. So I'm left with half of it, but what it becomes is what it becomes. But yeah, the everyday kind of Joe guy. That's what I'm kind of feeling with this. And it's more or less a comedy because I don't get to do much comedy, so I'm kind of thinking about for the sillies anyway. Yeah, Reese, that sounds fun. And you know what's funny, guys, on the whole sexy chicks, attractive women thing? So I grew up in the West Coast, right? I'm from Washington, which is a pretty hotbed for a lot of stuff going on right now politically.
Yeah, for sure.
But that theme had always been there, right? And like I was raised very, you wouldn't tell now, but I was raised very, very churchy, very strict, very strict. And so my respect for women, is very high. Although I like to make the crass jokes because to me they're jokes because they're crass and they're out there in the opposite. But if you look at when I draw, they're almost always, very rarely do I ever draw the sexy women, and that's why I always try to, especially in comics, like Jim Lee is amazing at drawing women, especially sexy women. He was my favorite artist growing up, but I always wanted to draw them, a little more reserved. Is a lot of women I've always drawn, but lately I've been trying to draw a little more of the sexy women. It's something. So it's actually gonna be a little bit of a challenge for me. It's gonna be a little bit fun.
Well, one of the gals who become kind of a regular on the matriarchy as far as ending. Claire, we've had her on as a guest once, and everything. She was on last week. She's a very conservative person.
Interesting.
As far as personally, and so her entry had this really interesting. It was all part of a storytelling, but it had this innocent sexiness, right?
Right.
There's and kind of like without the Tom Cruise Jackie Chan movie, but one of those things where a girl is exposed in an awkward situation that's not morally compromising.
Right.
And it wasn't tasteless either. It was tasteful and funny. And so it was one of those things where it was like, okay, that's really a cool idea about ways of putting the story down in a way that adds this innocence on top of all of it. That is just really cute. As far as the whole thing goes. So that's one thing that, like, I was just like, I heard she was going to be on it, and I was like, I got to see what Claire's doing.
Yeah, interesting. That's good. And that's always the, like, for a mental stimulant for me. That's the biggest turn on, is if you can make something I don't know, sexy attractive, you know what I mean, without making it overly sexualized.
Right.
Is very cool. It's very good.
Well, and one of the things that oh, hey, Scott just shared a video of the Warhammer stuff he was talking about. The Emperor
You did?
has the speech device over on my Twitter stream.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to watch that after the show.
Why does Scott's picture look like the Emperor de-aged?
I don't know.
Is that what that is, Scott? Is that the Emperor? Is that
Are you actually a Palpatine? Is that what you're trying to say?
Is that Stav Palpatine? Steve, I can't remember how you pronounce it. I think it is. I think it's Palpatine. Ah, yes, young Skywalker. That was a horrible Palpatine. I can do better. I was very tired.
Scott says, the medal says,
Bible Belt.
Church in the Bible Belt would have always just had a perverted mind. Well, welcome to the club of being human.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But quickly learn to subvert it through humor, because it's the only way to not be repressed and still like.
That's very true. Honestly, actually, that's where humor, almost originated. Right. You have the Sheev. There it is, Sheev. All right. But sorry, like that's where the rebellious. I have to get this out, so I'm going to say it and make a joke out of this. Humor. And that's actually I had one of my best buds growing up was a preacher's son. Yeah, those dudes. But yeah, I was not, and it was a mixture of my dad's a reserved kind of. Well, no, he's not. He's a nice guy. my dad's a very sweet dude. So I think it's a combination of how my parents were, and the crazy churchy thing that I grew up in, and everything was very. Yeah, so. Not bad, just very, very, very not reserved, but how I was saying, strict and sheltered and stuff. So, yes, sir.
I didn't grow up. I was simply created as an adult. So.
Well, you were in the incubator, the blue incubator that now it's Steph Reese, fully Reeserized.
I got to make sure I'm not sharing my screen. I was checking out Facebook here.
Oh, you were earlier. It was great. I like when you do that.
It was. Well, that's see if there's any new memes or whatever. So.
Did we talk to you, or did we mark down, actually, speaking of my shirt and Chris, is he on the list?
Yeah. Okay. He's on the list.
I figured I looked at the list the other day also.
Is
there that many people that haven't gotten back to us yet?
Let me take a look here.
It was like half the list the last I looked the other night. If that's true, I said we just say, too bad, suckers. I'm joking. Calm down. So this is actually I'm going to be drawing this character design I drew right here for the. I was thinking about Blaine when I drew this, but it's not really something Blaine dresses up like. So, sorry, Xenomorphs, 1 minute, they rip through the host, 2 hours. Whatever, Karen.
Oh, that's okay. Ancient thing.
Every time I'm.
What? Okay.
This is the mostest warped 20 die I've ever drawn, and it might be like one of the very few that I've ever drawn. Shit. So, Reese, I'm not sure if you know, but how old are the Metal and Scott? Just for my reference, like they seem like they're within our age range of.
Okay. Let me see if I remember.
I think Metal's older than us, right?
I think he is younger. I think he's about 10 years younger than us.
Holy shit!
And Scott is 19.
Scott's only 19.
I believe so.
Fucking kids.
Hey man, don't expose how Karens are made.
Yeah.
They're like xenomorphs. 1 minute they rip through the host, and 2 hours later they're asking for the manager. That's not true. I don't know where that came from, though. What does that relate to what we were talking about? Metal's only 27.
See, this is why I have anxiety issues, guys, and pressure on me to get better.
See, I knew the Metal was younger because we've talked about it before that he and certain other people are around the same age and who shall remain nameless for the sake of his own anonymity.
Let's kill him. Okay.
So what? Yeah, you and me, we're some of the oldest people in this.
It's funny, and like when
indie comic community.
Yeah, when I started working with Chris, I'm still I was Metal's age.
Yep.
Me and Chris were doing the old Penguins, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, me and you were old doing this stuff.
Yeah, that's true, man. Dude, my kid starts college in 3 weeks.
I couldn't hear you. You cut out. What was that?
I said my kid starts college in 3 weeks.
There's something wrong with your mic. Yeah, I know, it's exciting. I'm excited for him, man.
It's exciting, but it is terrifying. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I mean I totally get. My first thing was if anyone fucks with him, I'm gonna have to go kill him. But
well, no, I mean I'm not. It's not terrifying in the way that it's like scary or nothing.
No. Well, yeah. There's that terrifying.
When the hell did this crap start?
I meant like the way the world fucks with you, right? Like not like physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, because I've known the kid since he was kid, tiny, and so you want like the best for these kids, right? So, you want to try to be silly and protect them whatever way you can. Anyway, but yeah, man, I mean, the kid's smart. Remember, like the whole. When I realized how smart he is when he said. When you were talking to him about the girl situation, remember that? He's like, Dad, Dad, I don't have a car, all this. I am not ready for a relationship. Like his perspective was so mature and smart. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Of course, check that out there, Scott.
And a job. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he had a list. He had a good list. I was like, you only need one, man, but good job. Yeah, for sure. Oh, my battery's getting low. I better put that on. Okay. Oh, is my screen black?
let me look. I don't see it being black.
Okay, good. On my screen, it's
Leave
black.
that D20 on there unless it froze or something.
Yeah, no, I think it's just my piece of crappy. Yeah, no, it's on there. Okay. I don't know. Let me plug in my laptop real quick.
Well, do it. Somebody says it's 99 days to Halloween. So there you have that.
99 days on the wall. Take one down, drink a lot. No more than 99 days on the wall. Oh. Okay. All right. So are both I know like I follow you guys and I've seen some of your works, but are you guys mostly artists and writers or writers and artists? Like what's your lead stuff, metal, Scott? I know I follow metal, like I know metal's art is great too, but he also does his own writing too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he's got his
usually
whole-
kind of one or the other, right? Like Reese has drawn before, or he does draw, you know. Well, your skills are where you put your money at, right? Like you invest.
Yeah.
If you invest as much time as I do into drawing, you would not be so bad. Yeah, I take the opportunity to compliment you, but also insult you at the same time. Anyway,
I love that.
yeah, and so like some people usually are one or the other. With the passion of being there for both. You're a creator. It's just your lead is one or the other usually.
Yeah.
Like Jim Lee, Lord knows that man can't write. Fun concepts, and that's what terrifies me the most. Like he has this great concept sometimes, but his stories are always so shallow and don't follow through. Theater of the mind. I can definitely understand that, Scott. But once again, I'm more must be tutored in childhood. Holy shit. Right. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So you're both right. Oh god, this is disgusting. So I'm more or less surrounded by writers. Ah. This is actually the story of my life. One of my very dear friends and amazing woman back west, actually was a professor at Gonzaga for a while, but I can't remember. I think she teaches at Eastern now, English professor. Anyway, she's a big poet, writer, of course, and then growing up, cool gal, and then I move out here, and I know Chris and Reese. I'm always surrounded by these damn writers. I don't know what's going on. You guys are everywhere.
Well, it's yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good reason for it.
It's like, yeah, there's it's this reason which we don't.
Well, and I don't know if Matt C is still with us, but he is he was a graphic designer for a while, and does art. His comic Curie, which just ended crowdfunding last week, I think it's in demand right now, but I haven't looked to double check that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's amazing good stuff.
Right on.
And but his has gotten accolade. He's an artist, but has gotten accolades for his writing. because and he's also ridiculously well-read student of history. So
Is this is the older Matt, right? He's like 27 or something.
I'm not. Yeah, it's he's not one of our original matriarchy. I met
Oh, okay.
Marmaduke. They knew each other from back in the day.
Back in the day. I got you.
Yep, yep, yep. Scott, that is a thing my wife herself talks about quite frequently. Is that she's never, my wife is an artist as well. I probably mentioned that. And she's never happy with one of her pieces ever, even when it's finished. A lot of times, I'll actually have to come by and say, "Look, it's done. Put the brush down," um, and because she never is satisfied with anything she does. Um, she's got chops too.
Yeah, Amy has for sure talent.
Yeah.
But that's like the artist. Like and I don't know if writers are the same. Like I know that I'm working on a few different stories of my own right now, so I'm always constantly editing them. But like when I'm like that painting, even like I said, like that painting, you like put the go and wrap it on it. That painting did have a middle subject right there. I had a hoverboat going along. That's where the stream is at. You can kind of see it if you look at it. And hoverboat was crossing the waters with a girl and her hand dripped over it into the water, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working for what I was wanted with the amount of time that I had. So I deleted that layer. But and I like the rest of the subject for the time that I had and wanted to put on it. So yeah. But
and like so did the copy you shared have the hoverboat in it, or
no, it did not. I deleted it. I only had a certain amount of time. It's warm up painting. I give myself 30 minutes at the most. And a lot of time I start these. I mean, like I said, I had a palette selected. I'm messing around with it. I try a few different techniques that I'm working on, and move on within the 10-minute increments. If it's where I'm feeling it, cool, okay. And then the hoverboat, the subject being actually what was fun. I love the way the clouds and the mountains and all that, and the little city lights in the background. If you look at it, all turned out fine. They were all fine. But the subject that I wanted as a hoverboat, which is a ship gliding across the water with the gal and her arm over the water and her face on the crest of the boat, and dripping across, because I've been wanting to draw it for a while. It's just one of those things you have in your head, and in the water, and it just wasn't working. So I just deleted that layer on the painting. So that's cool, Middle. I love history. I watch a lot of. I don't read as much as I should. I always admit that, or as much time as I should take. I am reading Musashi right now, though. Musashi. But because I love Eastern history. Last 5 years, I've gotten huge into HEMA, which has led me into a lot of English and other historical stuff. Watch Matt Easton on YouTube. His Gladder Scalatoria. I watch I watch Lindy Beige, who's he's a professor in England. Very entertaining fellow. Also is into HEMA. HEMA is historical martial arts. Historical.
It's historical European martial arts. Right?
Martial arts. Thank you, Reese. Yeah. Yes, and great stuff. And so, yeah, that's what keeps me in speed. And Lindy Beige does, like, he'll talk about history. He does this thing. Yeah, he was awesome. And so Lindy Beige will talk about all the different stuff. And one of his best videos is about Napoleon and Sir. What was his rival? It's an English rival. I can't remember, but shoot. Anyway, It's a great video on Napoleon and how unhinged the dude literally was. In a great, grandiose way, of course, but just insane. Anyway. Yeah, if you like HEMA, check out Scholar Gladiatoria Metal on YouTube. Yeah, right on, man. An interesting thing, if you're into martial arts, especially Eastern and European, West, and all that stuff, you'd be interested in more. I mean, I think everyone should actually read Musashi, but they talk about how martial arts became martial arts more or less in the Japanese culture. Written from, and this is all, written from a Japanese perspective, of course, by a Japanese man. Anyway, amazing stuff. Sorry, well, that was a little bit of a tangent. So what were we talking about? Oh yes, dice. Dice are amazing. Yeah, 5 rings. That's, yeah, exactly. Same thing. Well, not same thing, but yes. See, yeah. Yeah, hang on, I'll stop sharing. This is
We got a couple questions in the chat.
yeah, I'm reading it, but yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading the whole 900 pages, buddy. I haven't read it. I've read a lot of like 10 years. I've been reading about the 5 rings and Musashi, and I finally bought the book because if you're gonna read a good book, you get the book. I do read a lot, as much as I can, as far as comics and other man, I'm sorry, fantasy and stuff like that. Yeah, Miyamoto. Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, there are. There's a lot. Yeah, Vagabond. I haven't watched that one yet. There's a lot of character elements that are taken from Miyamoto into tons, even characters from Miyamoto, right? And the names are changed in the book, but more or less, but I think a lot of them were, and put into transcribed into other characters throughout, anime and other things like that. A lot of different characters, and put into video games. Even, I mean, that's the Edo era of Japan. I'm in love with the whole end of traditional Japan. It's such a freaking amazing, rich story time. So, yeah. We work on, Reese.
Oh, I'm just getting ready to check out. So I put to upload on the Patreon the last 3 pages for Forces, which will catch us up to what we have prepared already. And so I'm seeing what we have to do to color in the pages that we have art for, and we're adding those in.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remember where we left off.
That's awesome, Metal. Yeah, I these days, like when I was thinking, like, of course, when I was younger, I was, Spider-Man, Batman, all the classic heroes, but shit, wrong. But That's when I was like 5 and 10, and comics were not available in the small town that I grew up in without having to leave, and drive anyway until I was of age to drive. I couldn't get on that program, and so yeah, I got into every other aspect of fantasy that I could, like you're saying, the mythos and all that stuff of heroes and where they come from and stuff, and a lot of that led me to anime and Eastern lore and all that stuff. I started sharing, and now my program crashed.
Well, what the heck, Barry?
I know, right? That's how it is.
What the literal hell? So on this page, we're going to be working on, probably start working on it later tonight. Oh, no, probably not till Thursday. We'll upload it next week. This is a montage of different events at that Ren Fair. And this will go on the Patreon. And I plan on continuing to update Patreon until we run out of story. But the main website is going to have just links. Once a week, we're going to be putting a new story on the website. So this is another jam piece, a little bit of Rolf and a little bit of Taliesin.
Nice. Has Tali been? How old is this piece now?
This page, April probably.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because the stuff you showed me last month or at the beginning of this month was better.
Yeah,
this is a lot better. So you know that story that the girl flaked out on you, man. You should have Totally draw that. You should say, you know what? You should work out a contract with him because it would be quite an undertaking for both of you.
Yeah. I'm actually wanting. I really want Tolly to do the. I'm thinking about taking it off the web, or I'm not sure, but the story on the Anuvan Blues, where Chad goes into the other world to rescue his mother. I'd like Tolly to do the art on that, but we'll see.
So he goes into the other world, right?
Yeah.
So it's more mystical, kind of like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that's more anime-ish. It's kind of more up his. Because he's into anime and manga, right? Or is it anime?
So there's going to be fairies, there's going to be goblins, there's going to be dragons, there's
right.
Old gods, all kinds of stuff. So
very nice.
So hopefully he'll dig on that, but I'm not sure if he'll want to do that project or not. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm really considering taking it off web and just doing that as a project. But we'll see. As a special.
Scott, have you seen? I can't remember if I've read it is or not. Man, I'm just so tired. I'm forgetting everyone's name right now. Because like the nameless warrior, isn't that the samurai? Isn't he the nameless samurai mythos? Isn't that based off Miyamoto also? And they use that in Kenshin also. The anime. I can't remember. Sorry, Reese. I was just reading back.
No, it's fine. It's not a biggie.
Yeah, I think Reese. I think anything that you can get that relates because you can definitely see the anime, the manga, the Eastern influence in Tolly's art. I think anything that you can get that can pull him to that be really cool for any project. Just for people who are taking in that, because if it's in that wheelhouse, things relate. Anyway, if you want to take a look at what I'm going to share here, I think am I sharing it? Oh, let me see.
Not yet.
I'm not sharing it. Oh, you piece of junk. 1 second. There we go. Oh! One of these I'm going to get the most fancy, expensive laptop to work on. It's going to be awesome. Okay. These guys aren't inked yet, but I see my naming the main guy Gary. Here's Gary.
Works at Evil Inc. or whatever the heck.
It's it's like villains and monsters, right? They do different things. I had an idea last night, but I forgot what that was right now. But yeah, he's just your going to your job type of dude. Old Gary is, and yeah, he's wasted his life away. He's not exactly unhappy with his life, but it doesn't throw him. He doesn't do anything. It's nothing great. This is the character design, rough outline that I was doing for his boss. Here is just a co-worker that's a monster-looking dude. He has a small monster on his chest and the big old host monster. The small monster is like actually the monster. But yeah. There's old Gary and the gang. Definitely need to flesh it out. I was thinking maybe a gag a day, or maybe it's a strip a day. A 3-panel strip. But we'll see.
Dude, I think I'm about over.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm good, man. That's good. I'm good whenever, bud.
I'm just tired. There's something else I was gonna ask you about in addition to god damn, I can't believe this. So we got 3 weeks or so until
Oh yeah, the con.
in Fort Collins, right? And
What day is it? The 28th?
17th.
19th.
That weekend before that.
Wait. It's the what date? It's the 17th?
See here. Let me actually look up a calendar.
Yeah.
It is the 17th, yeah. 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Fuck.
You asked for the wrong weeks off?
What's that?
Did you ask for the wrong week off?
No, I haven't asked yet. That's when I go, oh shit, I gotta ask for that.
Okay. My question is do we want to try, or do we even have the ability to try to get any of our new product put together?
What do you mean?
Okay, so Rolf put together a bunch of the stuff that we were going to scan in and tweak the stuff on and letter it up and everything. Um, um, it's theoretically possible to put together an Ashcan version of one of those stories.
Oh, you mean like Rolf's pages and stuff?
Yeah. But I'm not sure that's something we want to do right now. But if we do, we have to start this week.
Are you? Yeah, we do. Are you? So I have 3 stories. Do I have 3 or 2 stories from him?
2. The Buckskin Boone one, and the Chad and Mr. Twist one.
Because I want to have stuff done. I want more than just that. So if I can finish it by this weekend, which one do you want to do?
Well, which one do you feel most comfortable with? I mean, you've had the most time with them.
I like the Chad. I want to do the Chad one.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna. This is just gonna be straight. This is gonna be straight inks, flats,
Yeah.
and then the heavy. You know, the anime coloring that I've been going with, the heavy Stark. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And then I'll probably, since we're going to do it as ash cans, we'll probably actually print them in black and white.
Ooh. Yeah, you're a horrible person.
Well, I'm just saying I don't know if we can get, color printing done by then.
I don't know either. I don't know if I could afford color printing. Let's see.
I mean, I guess I could try to get a quote on it, but just.
Well, we have local printing now, don't we?
There's some folks.
What do you mean by that?
There's some print shops. I haven't talked to any of them about comic books yet.
Right.
I know Joni's got her big printer could probably do it, but it's all ink, so it'd be more expensive.
Right. Yeah, no, I know that. I know Joni has hers.
John Bonjour, I was talking to him about quotes a while back ago. His family has a laser printer set up that does regular comic size pages. So we could
always
think about contracting with them.
It's an option. We should talk to him, message him.
I'll shoot him a message on Facebook and see if that's something you're still interested in doing.
Absolutely.
I'll do it right now.
What's that?
I'll do it right now.
Yeah, do it right now. Is this a Fort Collins con?
Yep.
Jesus, that came up fast.
Yeah.
I've been like busting my ass this whole year, and no, I'm not done with everything I want to be done with, because like as I like to do, I've drawn myself too thin. But I'm happy with a lot of stuff I've gotten done. But damn it, this stuff is this year's moving faster than I can keep up.
Yes.
I just need to work more. I need to work less at the damn day job.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could find a way to make this pay.
Yeah. Hey, Meadow Scott, do you know anybody that needs a half-decent, half-assed artist? as wants to pay him a lot more money than they're worth. One, two, one, two, three, four. It's just a lie.
Oh, okay, so I did finally find the High Plains MiniCon 2019, and
Did we pay for that already?
oh, for Fort Collins, yeah,
Yeah.
they were paid for. The kids, I need to get tickets for my boys. They haven't gotten those yet, but
Well, I'm sorry, I completely slipped my mind. Did you grab that?
yeah,
Well, thank you. How much was it? Was it the 70 or? Shit.
we have 12 spots confirmed for the 2019 year.
Okay.
And Nathaniel Hamill, who's going to be in Fort Collins, said if Todd and Chad, if Todd and Chad come this year, he'd be willing to come across the state for him.
Hey. Sorry to interrupt. Have we ever talked to Felipe about it?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'd like to just have him there just to fucking talking about art. But I mean, you don't. Does that sound like an idea? Maybe.
Sure, I'll shoot him the letter.
You sound nopish about that.
No, I'm just in the middle of typing something else.
Okay. Okay. I like. Was there a creators quarrel I didn't hear about? Damn it.
No.
Okay.
I'd love to have Felipe there.
Yeah.
Now that he stopped me from typing.
Gotcha. That's cool. I'm just making sure, bud. Making sure.
I'm a little surprised I hadn't already thought of that. That was the other thing.
Hey, man. I mean, you're a busier dude. When I think about something like that, I'm happy. Yay me. I was looking at my hours in my last few day job checks, and I'm averaging around 200 hours a week, or every 2 weeks. So 100 a week. That's why Forgetful Barry is forgetful. Well, that's my excuse anyway. I'm keeping it. I know I asked him last year too. I should ask Larry again.
Yeah.
His art's great. Rawr.
Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and drop off chat there. I'll send that message to Felipe, and then I am going to call it night.
Twitter.
And so, yep, that's it. So we will plan on seeing you later on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you can get those pages, then I will go ahead and load them in to the program. And of course, you're using Eclipse Studio too, right? So
Maybe.
Theoretically, you could put those in a Eclipse Studio file, and then I can just take them and letter them at that point. So.
Yeah, it's almost done. Well, part one of it's almost done. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I guess it's time to get off. So it's almost 11 here.
Okay, man. Well, hey, people out there, internet land. Thanks for a few of you guys that stuck around. One, I don't know.
Yeah, Metal Scott, if you guys are still out there, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for BSing with us and chatting it up.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the time and can keep doing your art thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Tuesday. Bye.
Bye bye.